de esta presentación, como para poder tener acceso posterior.
Buenos días a todos y todos los que nos acompañan el día de hoy en el primer Demo Day de BHP Tailings Challenge. Esta es una iniciativa que ya lanzamos en el mes de junio para poder identificar las mejores soluciones tecnológicas y nuevos modelos de negocio para reutilizar los relaves de cobre. Desde Fundación Chile, Expande y BHP, no queremos empezar este evento sin antes agradecer la excelente respuesta que tuvimos en la etapa de la convocatoria por parte del ecosistema de innovación internacional y nacional también, ¿cierto? Fueron más de 150 postulaciones que recibimos de 19 países distintos, de Chile, Australia, Canadá, Estados Unidos, Perú, Argentina, Inglaterra, Francia, Dinamarca, Holanda, Finlandia, Suecia, Turquía, China, Zambia,
South Africa, New Zealand, Spain. So we are very happy about this, and it is a great achievement for BHP, for Fundación Chile, and also for Expande. Out of these 153, 10 were selected teams, and they were very strong, very thorough process, very competitive too. And after many stages, we reached today. So our demo day today is with these 10 teams, and you will be able to meet them. We are also very happy since we are going to be able to watch a video today of the Chief Technical Officer, Laura Tyler, BHP, of course, who is going to send a message about technology and innovation and how this is quite relevant for BHP. We will also have today with us Carlos Avila, who's the Asset President Joint Venture, BHP, that will also talk about what this challenge means for BHP and next steps. So before starting, let me please invite you to follow Expande Minería and also to make comments if you would like to with the hashtag BHP Tailings Challenge. So to start with, let me now share the video that Laura Tyler sent for us.
Hello, I'm Laura Tyler, the Chief Technical Officer at BHP. Thank you for having me along today. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the BHP Tailings Challenge Demo Day. It's an important event as today marks the end of phase 1 of this challenge and the start of phase 2 that I'll talk about in a moment. But before we get into that, I just wanted to give you a little bit of context of why this is important to us. BHP operates about 70 tailings storage facilities, or TSFs, around the world. And tailings storage facility incidents continue to present the most significant risk both to BHP and to our communities. The occurrence of a number of catastrophic tailings events in the last 5 years has significantly increased our focus and that of the broader industry and our communities and regulators to make sure we have safe management of tailings storage facilities, both today and long into the future. To date, BHP has played an important and active role in the development of both the ICMM Global Industry Standard for Tailings Management, as well as many country-level initiatives in the places where we operate. In addition to this, we've rethought our medium and long-term strategic focus, supported by roadmaps for each operation to progress the development of alternative technologies such as dewatering and co-disposal so that we can improve our tailings storage and management processes. However, if we take a step back and look at the task at hand, it is huge, and we recognise that we cannot do it alone. So with this in mind, in June last year, we designed and launched a crowdsourcing competition to put our challenge to the broader innovation ecosystem. This global challenge focused on rethinking not only how we will solve the big problems, but also how we think about our tailings. And hopefully, we wanted it to expand our imagination to what might be possible if we could turn them into something of real value. This is what we call BHP Tailings Challenge, and it's why we're all here today. The response to our call has massively exceeded our wildest expectations. We've received more than 150 proposals from innovative companies, startups, research centres and universities from over 19 countries. Even more surprising has been the community that has been formed as a result of the competition, with the exchange of ideas, knowledge and potential solutions. This is innovation and collaboration at work, and it is so exciting to see. The diversity of solutions propose new uses for fresh copper tailings, reducing the risks to biodiversity and communities, but are also progressing in the reduction and recycling of industrial waste. So it's incredibly exciting to see the level of innovation and creativity to try and solve this problem. We've now selected 10 proposals, which you will see today, that will pass through a multi-stage process over a 2-year timeframe, with the intent that at the end of that journey, we will be able to commercialise at least one of these proposals, maybe more. It's important to call out that BHP will not have exclusivity on these ideas, as we recognise that the challenge is as an industry-wide one and we want everyone to benefit. This endeavour is sustained in the belief that we do not have all the answers, and that by collaborating and sharing ideas with others, we can achieve our aspirations and create safe, sustainable businesses for the industry and our communities. This is a big opportunity for all of us, for you out there, the communities, BHP, our employees, contractors, and the industry as a whole. Partnerships are more important today than ever before, and they're critical to our plans to be a safe, more reliable and productive company. I hope you come away inspired by this session, and I really want to thank everyone for the effort they've put in, the thought they've brought to the table, and I really hope you have a really exciting day today. Thanks for your time.
Muchas gracias, Laura, por este excelente mensaje y por este recordatorio de cómo hemos vivido este proceso tan intenso. Esperamos que puedas acompañarnos de nuevo a lo largo de todo este proceso que, como varios saben, ya va a durar aproximadamente 2 años. Bueno, entonces sigamos. Ahora quiero dejarlo con Carlos Ávila, Asset President Joint Ventures de BHP, que nos va a hablar un poco sobre la relevancia de este gran desafío para BHP y de lo que ellos esperan de los equipos seleccionados. Así que, Carlos, por favor.
Thanks, Francisca, and good morning, everyone. President Joint Venture of BHP Minerals America. And I'm very pleased to be here with you this morning, connected in a virtual way. This is the new normality from which we are learning, but also it's allowing us a worldwide participation, even the tough hour due to time zone, for our colleagues from Australia, Japan, and China. I'm very happy to be part of this activity today that brings together the mining industry, universities, scientists, research institutions, entrepreneurs, and people around the world that are interested in solving the challenge that mining is facing. It is a fact that we are facing a more dynamic and unpredictable environment, where COVID, for instance, is the best example. So based on that, the way of solving problems have to be managed in a more agile, innovative, data-supporting and collaborative way, ensuring that full alignment in terms of the solution with the strategy, industry commitment, but even more important, society expectation. So in this regard, tailings management has been a critical challenge for the industry. The tragic events in Brazil, for all known, that sadly affect people and environment, generate a deep reflection with regard the tailing risk mitigation. So there are several areas currently under development with the goal of reducing the catastrophic risk through, for instance, avoiding mine waste generation, changes of upstream processes, modifying the current practices and technology for depositing and managing tailings. However, the last one, that is to avoid the deposition of tailings through repurposing those in order to use it in the generation of new or existing products for new or existing markets, is what calling us today. The next one, please. The BHP Tailing Challenge is about of identifying and implementing circular economy models able to create marketable solutions using fresh copper tailing as raw material through a combination of technology and business acumen to reduce impact on the environment and communities. So the main expectation for us is support the creation of a sustainable market that can make significant social value contribution to the communities and the environment. The next one, please. So despite the complexity of this challenge, This is a fast-track process that expects to take the proposal from idea to industrial escalation in just 24 months, as Laura mentioned before. So the execution capabilities and fast scaling strategy for innovative technologies and the business experience are key elements to achieve the goal of this challenge. The journey starts past year with the launch of the challenge and inviting openly the most innovative companies, startups, consortia, research centers, and universities to help transform fresh tailings and create innovative business models. I think we have referred several times today that the result of the open call meant more than 7,000 attendees in 10 webinars, the creation for a forum that includes close to 100 organizations around the world, and the analysis of more than 150 proposals from participants that are coming from 19 countries. So the feedback from participants has been amazing. And this is why we are so excited about the next step. The evaluation process comprised 3 stages with the participation of BHP multidisciplinary professionals team, plus an evaluation board of senior executives who assessed the final pitches. In this open call stage, the key elements to select the 10 proposals that will progress to the next stage that we presented today were a clear value proposition, as well as the proponent strategy to scale up technology from design to implementation in a period of 2 years. The next one, please. In the next six months, our expectation for this stage is to continue reducing the inherent uncertainty that this kind of disruptive innovations involve. By sharing samples of our tailings, we will enable the team to test at their laboratory scale if the value proposition for reusing the tailings can be achieved. In addition, looking ahead to the next stage, we expect the team to start developing the engineering for their project with a minimum scope of deliverable. So by processing, they can feed a bankable feasible study with a strong technical and commercial basis to raise funds from investors. By our side, a team of subject matter experts in disciplines of tailings, metallurgy, testing protocols, project valuation, and venture capital will be assisting the proponents with mentoring and guidance to progress with their proposals. At the end of the stage, up to 3 teams will be selected. They will advance to the next stage to test their production in a controllable environment, providing their ability to deliver at scale. So, as BHP, we are exploring different ways of doing things. We are solving historical challenges as tailing management, that is one of those. The BHP Tailing Challenge, that is repurposing our tailing, is a great opportunity to demonstrate the ability of solving complex problems using different approaches, and where the collective work between the mining industry and the innovation ecosystem, represented for all of you that are attending today's session, can generate solutions that the industry and the society are demanding. So thank you for being here today, and we are very excited to look forward, what the proposals are gonna present today. Thank you, Francisca.
Muchas gracias, Carlos.
Thank you very much, Carlos, for your presentation, and also for these inspiring messages about how relevant it is for BHP, and also the reminder on which are the following stages. As Carlos was mentioning, we will now go to the proof of concept stage. We will receive the samples, and you will also receive $10,000 each one of those companies. Excuse me, $50,000 to be able to do their tests. Okay, then. Let's start with what we are here for, and what we're eagerly waiting. We're going to meet the 10 teams that have been selected for this proof of concepts. Each one of the consortiums will have 5 minutes to present their proposals, and that you will get to know in detail their request, okay? So today we will start with our pitches with the representative of the first consortium, which is Minera Valle Central. So if you help me with the first presentation, Mauricio, please. Okay, you have 5 minutes, and that's it.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Okay. Good morning and good evening to everybody. My name is Mauricio Villagran. I'm an associate professor of the UCSC in Chile. And on behalf of our consortium, I will present our project today. The name of our consortium is CEMTAIL, which is a mix of cement plus tailing, and it gives you a general idea of what we are talking about today. CEMTAIL consortium is made up of 4 regional Chilean companies with specific skills and capabilities to accomplish the challenge presented by our proposal. In this context, MBC, a Chilean-Canadian company with a broad experience managing tailings, played the role of articulator in our consortium. CBB will bring all its knowledge and expertise in cement and concrete products, and it make insight and market insight. Tracker Service will add its knowledge related to logistic and mining services. And finally, the UCSC will take on the innovative challenge of new products development. We all know that there are many ongoing researches repurposing tailing in concrete application. However, it seems that the impact of a single product is not enough to start its commercialization. By forming a team of competent companies, we applied a systematic approach to propose a solution to this challenge. We realized that our final solution not only has to be a novel product, but it has to create a new market for tailing-derived products. And it has to be expandable, replicable, energy efficient, cost-effective, and logistically feasible. CEMTAIL market is based on a new cementitious product that may use different tailing doses to expand its field of application. In this way, we don't limit tailings repurposing only to our own creativity, but we share that responsibility with CEMTAIL end users. The new product, CEMTAIL, can use the tailing in the form of powder to easily add it into cement, or in a more innovative way, such as the pellets. We believe that pellets can generate many logistic advantages and at the same time facilitate the development of a business model to foster innovation in a new application for CEMTAIL products. In the short term, we look to commercialize large volume of CEMTAIL in already existing market. The potential of application is huge. Backfill paste in mines, low-strength concrete, pavements, bricks, precast structural elements, 3D concrete printers, cement aggregate, and more. We also want to extract other minerals from fresh tailings using our experience and technology. In the long term, building a tech-based company will allow us to explore more sophisticated applications and markets. Single products alone will not have a real impact in the tailing sector, but altogether can really make a difference. The roadmap of our project shows the different steps to follow during the proof of concept stage. Next to each color box are the companies responsible for each activity.
Son las empresas responsables por esta actividad que usted ve en la pantalla. Nuestro crecimiento parte de algo, la caracterización de los relaves hasta un modelo de negocios, pero en el medio también vamos a estimar la cantidad de minerales para poder agregar esto a los productos existentes ya de cemento y después tener una mezcla dedicada a lo que ya existe en el mercado, como por ejemplo, mercado de concreto o de morteros. Además, evaluamos el desempeño estructural y
Finally, we would like to find an economic and sustainable way to transport our products to final markets. In terms of social values, Mike Henry, the BHP CEO, recently said during an interview, mining industry must return to growth to help improve living standards and drive prosperity. But this growth needs to be clean, sustainable, and of benefit to all, close quotes. In this context, our proposal embraced the BBB concept, which is build back better, which means using Henry's words again. We will need to be even better in how we use water, energy, and resources, in how we manage emission, and how we better meet the rapidly evolving expectation of the society in which we operate. close quotes. Our project promotes broad-based social values by creating new decentralized jobs, improving social infrastructure, and adopting new technologies. We align these values with the environmental impact of our proposal, seeking to build a circular economy business model. Finally, I would like to share with you a thought about our proposal. Disruptive technology will transform the typical way of doing business in the next 2 decades, challenging all aspects of a business. In this sense, our proposal is not just about creating a new product. There is an underlying purpose of building capacities to innovate and develop new possibilities for tailing-derived products through a tech-based company. That's the real challenge. We truly believe that partnership is the key factor to achieve that goal. Thank you very much.
Gracias, muchas gracias, Mauricio, por tu presentación. Sigamos entonces con la siguiente empresa, que es America's Tailings.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share our approach for this challenge, which is based on agrogeology, the application of geology to agricultural practices, examining how agricultural systems can be improved using naturally occurring and locally available mineral-rich geological materials. Agricultural soils require the right balance of minerals that ground geological materials can provide, and processed mine waste is of great interest to the team as a feedstock to the process that I will describe shortly. Francesca, I can't, oh, there we go. I apologize. The team consists of 2 US-based companies, our technology partner based in California, Advanced Materials Processing, and our development partner, America's Tailings, based in Colorado. While in its infancy, the technology has progressed to a pilot commercialization in California, with a plant producing 100-ton batches of material for supply to California vineyards. A second project is being developed in New Mexico, looking to broadacre end users. The technology is based on a biodigestion process with mine wastes inputs to provide a broad nutritional mineral feedstock. Biomass is required to provide nitrogen and phosphorus and as an energy source for the digestion process. Key to the technology is the addition of microbes selected specifically for the liberation of nutrient elements contained within the mineral framework. 2 products are produced: a solid biomineral fertilizer applied directly to the soil at rates of approximately 2 tons per acre per annum, and a mineral-rich liquid fertilizer that can be used in fertigation or directly onto soils. Depending on the mineral feedstock, an initial leaching may be required to either extract commodity values such as gold and silver, or to remove contaminants such as mercury and arsenic. As this is a digestion process, the system can be configured to generate and capture methane as a renewable energy source. The system has been designed to be modular and readily scaled. The proof of concept stage we are undertaking will answer 3 questions. Are the supply tailings suitable as a fertilizer feedstock? Is there suitable biomass available for the process? And is the concept economically viable? There are several drivers for developing this technology. Fertilizer production is concentrated within Europe and North America, and the cost of conventional fertilizer is a major challenge to food security. For example, Latin America and Asia have the highest consumption of potassium fertilizers, despite having no significant potassium ores. This is also true for other fertilizer requirements, including micronutrients such as copper and zinc. Biological modification of geological materials, as occurs in this technology, has been promoted as an alternative source of mineral fertilizers in several nations, especially Brazil. Supply chain disruptions associated with COVID-19 have highlighted food security issues in developing countries, and the development of local inputs is highly desired. In addition to local markets, the global consumption of natural and organic fertilizers is projected to grow annually at a rate of approximately 12%. These figures may be outdated given COVID, however, they are expected to return, showing a potential for export opportunities, especially into other parts of South America and Asia. In addition to food security issues, the larger objectives of this project can be defined by their impact on UN Sustainable Development Goals. Functions delivered by the production and application of a biomineral fertilizer can be grouped into 3 main categories. The first is improved food production systems. At a local level, the focus on SDG 2 for ending hunger and SDG 3 related to good health and well-being, especially with the potential for mineral biofortification of food produced in soils enriched with the application of a biomineral fertilizer. This also has significant applications for SDG 13 climate action. As soils are the dominant terrestrial sink for carbon, sustainable and restorative management of agricultural lands can play a positive and significant role in addressing global climate change. Application of biomineral fertilizers climate strategy can help build soil carbon over time while reducing nitrogen fertilizer use, limiting production of nitrous oxide, a powerful greenhouse gas. We are currently working with registries in the US to quantify the greenhouse gas fluxes associated with the application of our products in agricultural soils. Fertilizer production combined with sustainable agricultural practice will support local food security, community-based diversified food farming, and local market and food processing initiatives. These economic functions support business development and job creation associated with a circular economy, as well as planning towards a post-mining economy, thus focusing on Sustainable Development Goals 8, 9, and 12. I thank you for your time and look forward to sharing the results of the proof of concept testing.
Muchas gracias, Andrew, por tu presentación. Así que sigamos con el siguiente. El representante del siguiente consorcio es de University of New South Wales. Así que Sami.
Thank you very much, Francisca. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present our project. My name is Sami Kaira, and I'll be giving this presentation on the behalf of University of New South Wales Sydney Consortium. In order to tackle the BHP challenge, we put together a diverse team of experts with complementary skills from mining, mechanical, civil, chemical, renewables, computer science, socioeconomic, and business to drive solutions. In addition, we also have selected industry and government organizations, not only develop the solutions, but also from concept to implementation and commercialization. Our proposed solution is based on systems thinking, circular economy, and digital twin as an enabler. What you see on the screen is a traditional process, which leads to the tailing challenge that we are facing today, which is an economic, environmental, social burden for the mining companies. What we like to do is to deliver and integrate agile business solution through a system thinking for circular economy and digital twin framework. The necessary circular economy strategies needs to be location specific based on the compositions of the tailings and the local market opportunities. This could be characterization and backfilling, using for the backfilling, and reprocessing for recovery of valuable materials, and development of byproducts from construction to all sorts of different applications, which will lead to creation of new jobs for the local communities and training of new workforce. And ultimately, what we like to do is to eliminate the tailing waste problem altogether. As you will imagine, this is a highly complex system to design and operate. In order to be able to tackle this challenge, we also like to develop a digital twin version of that. The main purpose of that is to deal with the tailing heterogeneity, and also in order to be able to transfer the solution to other mining sites around the world. What's our value proposition? It's twofold. First, the transfer waste to an asset, and which will lead to spin-off enterprises for marketing of tailings. We already have consortium partners, which are listed at the bottom as a potential client and collaborators. They confirm interest and commitment to take it to market. The second value proposition, of course, is the reducing the cost associated with economic, environmental, and social burden for the mining industry. What we are going to do is to carry out the market assessments as part of the first stage. And the market assessment needs to be done according to specific location because of the unique nature of the tailing composition. And the high-level market assessment will be done as part of the proof of concept stage, as I mentioned before. In the first stage, we had three main deliverables. After the characterization of the composition, we are going to look into recovery of valuable materials through renewable energy, as well as looking into repurposing of the tailing for alternative applications. And based on the findings, what we are going to do is in the as a third outcome, is to have a look at the commercially viable recovery system design. And of course, what we have to do is to make sure that we don't actually cause more environmental problem than what we have at the moment. So we need to make sure that we look into water, energy consumption, and associated environmental footprint of our new processes. What's the social value for the BHP? Enhancing safety, increasing productivity, repurposing of tailings, creating new jobs, creating pathway to commercializations and scale up, enhancing universities' capacity to work with industry, working with BHP and partners to understand the current and future market opportunities, and of course, facilitating knowledge transfer. What is unique about our solution? A holistic solution based on systems thinking and a digital twin as an enabler, strong multidisciplinary research team to deliver project outcomes, and of course, a combination of partners from diverse industry and government background with the flexibility to involve others to bring developed concepts to market. This is the end of my presentation, and thank you very much for your attention.
Muchas gracias, Sami, por tu presentación y por representar ahí al consorcio. Bueno, seguimos entonces con el siguiente consorcio, que en esta oportunidad está representado por el Helmholtz Institute Freiberg for Research and Technology. Así que, Philip.
Hello. Thank you very much. I hope you can see everything. Nice to meet you. My name is Philipp Büttner from Helmholtz Institute Freiberg for Resource Technology, and I'm a project coordinator of a network called Recomine. It's a network of about 70 institutions from Germany, and we are working on holistic mine waste solutions. So we already have projects on holistic mine waste solutions, and we joined forces with the SMI Chile, and together we will propose our solution in the BHP Tailings Challenge. And so the partners involved from our Recomine consortium are the Helmholtz Institute, that's us. We are a research institute, national funded, and we are specialists in geometallurgy and circular economy, and we will coordinate the whole consortium. Then we will have a GEOS company. This is a company very experienced in hydrometallurgy, Swartmanite production, and bioleaching. Then we have the FILC. This is also a scientific institute, and they develop special new membranes and microfiltration systems. And we have the Bergakademie Freiberg, which is one of the oldest mining academies in the world, with 4 different institutes involved. And we have pyrometallurgists, inorganic chemistry, classification and desliming, and membrane technology coming from the University of Freiberg. And the SMI Chile will be our local partner and working on all the things going on there with the communities, and will help us with the sustainable resourcing and social affairs in our proposed solution. And our solution is very based on our very good and detailed analysis we have in-house in the Helmholtz Institute, because we have a very strong analytics group. So every single step of our flow sheet will be analyzed very well, because we have an analysis planned in every single step. And so we are very flexible in our flow sheet. And if we see that there is a dead end in one part of our flow sheet, then we will go another way. And we can add easily other partners from our existing network to go in another direction with the material. So first of all, we will get a very detailed study on the material and see how the material probably will behave in our process, in our flow sheet. And we can model that in every single step. And we will have a 3-module solution. And we have the first module, processing of tailings, the second one, processing of the solid residues, and the water treatment model. First, we want to get the sulfide concentrate, then we go rather for leaching or for roasting. For the roasting, we will include renewable energies such as concentrated solar power, and we will create 2 products out of that. I will go deeper into detail with the products in the next slide. Then we have the classification, and out of the classification, we want to create construction material. And we have the water treatment, because water is a very valuable resource, and we want to concentrate also on clean water, fresh water production, or recycling of water in the process for BHP. So our products we are taking a closer look at is, first of all, the swartmanite. Swartmanite is a special mineral which can be used in mines for if you have acid mine drainage, and if you have polluted, very highly polluted waters with heavy metals, then the swartmanite can absorb these pollution and make the waters cleaner. So you can use it within BHP's mines to clean water. Also, we can produce out of the sulfuric parts, sulfuric acid, which can be used for leaching later. From the second model, we will create sand if there is enough sand, depending on our analysis, and we will produce clay for ceramics. And we can take a closer look also to the polymers, geopolymers, if we can produce that. And of course, as I told you, we want to produce in the third module some water, either fresh water for the local communities, or we take the water for recycling in the processes of BHP. And these are the major products. And the major tasks in our flow sheet is, first of all, can we flotate the material again and get a concentrate on the sulfides, and can we produce out of that concentrate the swartmanite, which is one of our major products, and it's a very valuable product, and is the material well enough to produce construction material out of that? These are the major tasks in our proposal. And we believe very, very strong in the sustainable development goals, and they are from the United Nations. And these sustainable development goals end up in our also our social values, because we believe in transparency. So we want to be transparent also to the communities with what we are doing. We want to have local stewardships and surpassing the standards. We don't want to just fulfill the standards, we want to be better. And we trust in science, so we have a very scientific approach, but we have our industry partners which are very experienced in making business, and we want to have a co-ownership of the surrounding communities, because it's more and more important to get in touch and stay in touch with the surrounding communities of a mine. So it is a multi-stakeholder support we want to create, and of course, out of that, new businesses, new jobs, that the people, local people, can have new jobs in the future. And our strengths are that we are an existing network. So we have already 70 partners from different parts. So we have environmental technologies, resource technologies, digitalization companies, and also partners from society within our network. And we have experience in that. And we have 5 existing local test sites. So we have 2 tailing sites where we can test solutions out there live. And we also have some mine water shafts where we can test also, for example, the swartmanite, what we create. So these test sites help us to make ourselves better and to develop this solution a bit further. And also we have a good local partner with best connections in Chile, SMI Chile as a local expert involved, and a strong scientific thinking behind. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Sorry, I keep, just on time, because I give you a little bit more time.
It's okay, I'm already done. Thank you very much for your attention, and
Gracias.
Hopefully.
Sigamos entonces con el próximo representante del consorcio, es la Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Sí.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am Mauricio Lopez. For us, it's a great honor to be here today, showing our approach to transform these tailings into useful construction materials, the T2CM. This picture symbolizes our purpose, move from a linear activity that grinds rock to extract its value to a circular approach that somehow recreates the rocks again, making a sustainable infrastructure. As a matter of fact, a green infrastructure. The T2CM technology starts in the core, where the Catholic University of Chile, together with the TUC at the Geopolymer Institute from France, work side by side to perfect existing technologies and to combine them with new technologies for making safe and strong construction materials. ERAL will help providing and adapting the equipment necessary for those new processes. Then we have BHP that provides our most valuable raw material, the tailings. To the right, we have our last two stakeholders, Melon, that not only brings its business expertise, but also the technical experience making solutions for the construction industry. And next to Melon, we have Norasid that plays a similar role making and commercializing valuable products to the mining and agriculture. So the consortia is not only, does not only have technological capacity, but the experience to produce and to make the products and actual value-added solutions. The solution were neither products nor magical recipes to transform the tailings. Instead, we're a comprehensive adaptive system that deeply characterizes the tailings and custom designs processes to maximize the volume utilized. How do we work? We have two supplementary brains. The first one, adapt processes to clean the tailings by extracting value metals, sulfurs, and other elements that can harm the performance as construction materials. The second brain, adapt the processes to transform the tailings into different construction materials, such as strong and stiff aggregates or binding materials. The two brains are needed from the technological and economical points of view. What are our end products? Well, depending on the tailing characteristic that can change among mines, and in the same mine, it can change during time, we can reroute our production for making the most suitable products, minimizing the energy and the CO2 footprint. We have high-value products such as molybdenum and copper concentrates or sulfuric acid, and we have massive volume products such as aggregates for fields, roads, asphalt mixtures, and concrete, and also binding materials such as tailing cement and tailing geopolymers. Besides, we also have bioconcrete materials for further reduce the footprint. Sorry. During the proof of concept, we're going to answer many questions. Among those, how much can we improve the geopolymerization capacity of the tailings? How can we activate the potential cementing properties in the tailings using the minimum amount of energy? What are the operations parameters to make feasible the copper and molybdenum recovery? Many of them has been successfully faced in the past by the team. What makes us unique? We can adapt to any tailing. We already have promising results. The consortia includes technological and business experience and the people in the team. The social benefit we foresee are the use of 50 megatons a year of fresh tailings, 30 megatons a year of natural resources spared, the creation of 9,800 jobs, and also the possibility of applying this technology to abandoned tailings for helping communities such as those in Copiapó. Thanks again for the opportunity to be here.
Muchas gracias, Mauricio, por la presentación. Así que sigamos con el próximo. A continuación viene Auxilium Technology.
Hi, good morning. Hi, my name is Abe Jalboot, CEO of Auxilium Technology Group. We unlock mining resources using sustainable solutions. We are a new company formed in April 2020 focused on tailings repurposing based in Tucson, Arizona. We currently have 10 patents and provisional patents, 5 international publications, and 8 sustainable processes. Our core team consists of the following members. Our expert in advanced materials and sensors, Momo Mayes, our electrochemistry specialist, Dominic Gervasio, our mineral processing expert, Jaewon Lee, and myself, Abe Jalboot, an expert in business development and launching new technology ventures in the mining industry. Our team has extensive industry experience. We collaborate with the University of Arizona, Idaho National Labs, and the Critical Materials Institute. Entail is the name of our holistic solution, which aims to fully utilize mine tailings in a sustainable way, leaving no waste at the end of the cycle. Entail is modular, scalable, the larger you go, the cheaper it gets, versatile, compatible, and does not interfere with current mine operations. Entail consists of 4 phases. First, the fresh tailing source is fed into phase 1, which would generate reagents like ferric sulfate and sulfuric acid. Secondly, we would extract metals of value in phase 2. Next, the water in the tailings would undergo a treatment process and further purification in phase 3. And once this is complete, the leftover material would be used to create a novel building material, geofoam, in phase 4, thus eliminating all waste from the initial input stream. Our goal is to maximize value from waste streams while minimizing the environmental impact footprint of the mining industry. The products that will generate from these tailings are geofoam, one of our main products. It can be used as support material for the construction industry and as an insulator. Our geofoam is sprayable, it's lightweight, can be used in 3D printing, it has a low manufacturing cost, and it has fire retardant properties. Other value products are sulfuric acid, which is used in mining and fertilizers, ferric sulfate for use in water treatment, clean water, metals, and rare earths present. The addressable market size for tailings processing is justified by the demand for the key materials of interest. It is estimated by 2026, over 950 million tons of tailings will be produced in Chile alone. If on average these tailings contain between 40 and 80% water content, there is a definite need for addressing this issue in a cost-efficient way. Over 7 million tons per year of sulfuric acid will be consumed in Chile alone, and the worldwide geofoam market is expected to reach $1.1 billion by the year 2024. The basic tests performed will consist of metal extraction efficiencies, water quality, and strength testing of the geofoam. At the end of our POC, we will present information on the product quality, production data, and full financials to justify the viability, consistency, and manufacturing strategy for the on-site testing phase of this challenge. At the core of our company values, we aim to create social impact by job creation, sourcing local talent, and to be conscious of gender parity. From an environmental aspect, our belief system is focused on clean technology, which aims to minimize energy usage, address water scarcity, and most importantly, repurposing mine waste without leaving an environmental footprint. This contributes to the emissions target set by Chile and the rest of the world by the year 2030. We use the remainder of the product from a leaching cycle to produce a viable, sustainable solution for the construction industry without any mine waste remaining. Our geofoam is ecologically sound and economically viable, reducing the use of plastics such as expanded polystyrene used in construction. We aid world emission goals by producing innovative material that can be used as an insulator to decrease the carbon footprint by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and providing energy savings. On behalf of Auxilium Technology Group, we thank you for your time. Feel free to contact us, visit our website, or follow us on social media to get more information about our solutions. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Abraham. A continuación, la siguiente empresa es Brimstone. Cody?
Hey, thank you, Fran. My name is Cody Finke, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Brimstone Energy. Brimstone Energy is addressing the problem of ordinary Portland cement. The mission of our company is to eliminate the greenhouse gas emissions associated with the production of ordinary Portland cement. That's 5.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions, approximately the same as cars. We're a very early stage startup based in the United States. Our team is comprised of experts in chemistry, mechanical engineering, metallurgy, and geology from Caltech, MIT, and the Colorado School of Mines. A little background, this slide shows how ordinary Portland cement is produced today. It's produced from limestone or calcium carbonate in a process which dissociates the calcium carbonate into lime and CO2. That CO2 goes into the atmosphere where it acts as a greenhouse gas. The ordinary Portland cement is then mixed with supplemental cementitious material where it turns into cement. By contrast, our process can start from copper tailings. And because the majority of the calcium in copper tailings is not associated with CO2, we can eliminate or greatly reduce the CO2 emissions that come from the rock itself. We put this copper tail into a proprietary leaching process. Out of our leaching process comes both supplemental cementitious material and Portland cement clinker, the exact same materials that are used today. And in our case, they are co-generated, which is cost savings. In addition, if there's any magnesium in the tailings, we can produce magnesium dihydroxide, which will scrub CO2 out of the atmosphere, as well as iron oxide, aluminum oxide, which can be used in conventional aluminum and iron production processes. Our leach agents are fully regenerated and only small slipstreams will be required for the leaching process. The whole mission of our company is to produce conventionally used products so that we don't have regulatory burdens to enter the market. There are only a few products that meet the global tailings challenge. As you can see, the total production of cement, supplemental cementitious material, steel, and aluminum is 9 billion tons per year, whereas the tailings production is 7 billion tons per year. Additionally, these products are responsible for a combined 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions and worth over $1 trillion per year. We hope to use tailings to dramatically reduce the production of tailings by turning them into these valuable, already produced products. The key questions that we want to work on in the tailings challenge is, can we make the products that we're saying? Can we extract our raw materials at appropriate yields for the economics? And can we process our raw materials without major mass or energy losses? Something that's key to Brimstone, and we were enthusiastic, it was also key to BHP, is we have a commitment to dramatically reducing CO2, commitment for gender parity. We want to build a team such that no more than 20% of our employees are from a single self-identified race. We want to hire, and when we build plants, we want to hire at least 50% of plant employees from local or indigenous communities. We want to ensure that our plants are accessible to people with special needs. Finally, our company's core mission is to eliminate greenhouse gases. However, we also have individuals in the company who have personal experience with tailings disasters that happen in Brazil. When BHP announced this, we were very excited to realize that our technology could not only be used to dramatically reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but also solve on a personal level the challenge of tailings. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I look forward to hopefully working with BHP.
Thank you so much, Cody, for your presentation. And we're going to the next one. We have Circular Mine Consortium. So, Alison.
Thank you, Francesca. Hello, I'm Alison Price from the Circular Mine Consortium, and it's a privilege to be presenting our solution to you today. All our members fell in love with this challenge, and we're so excited to have been selected for the proof of concept phase. The Circular Mine Consortium includes European leaders in recycling and Australian mining expertise. Our team combines a unique mix of researchers, engineers, and business people with the experience to deliver this project. We cover all the aspects from the extraction, sorting, testing, transforming, marketing, and selling. Our concept has three main proven technologies. An innovative, cost-effective bioleaching process will extract remaining metals and minerals while also decontaminating the tailings. We will produce and manufacture construction materials using carbonation technologies, and then ameliorate and remediate soils to the highest environmental standards. The team has the tools and expertise to scale up our process to industrial scale. Following a careful analysis, testing of the tailings, market research, product selection, marketing and sales support from local and global resellers, we can deliver a sustainable business. Revenue streams exist from the processing of tailings, the minerals and metals extracted, construction products, the carbon economy, water recovery, and topsoil supply. Markets have already been identified in Europe for the carbon economy, Asia for construction products, and within the mining companies themselves. The consortium has extensive laboratory facilities and technology solutions that have already been developed to at least pilot scale. During the proof of concept phase, we're aiming to confirm the quantity of metals and minerals that can be extracted, the sulfide levels for decontamination, quantify the carbon capture potential of the tailings, design a flexible flow sheet for the next phase, demonstrate economic feasibility, and confirm volume potentials. We're a group of environmental businesses who know the mining industry is necessary, but want to transform its impact on local communities and help create a long-term positive future. Based on the data and estimated volumes shared with the challenge participants, we estimate we can capture 100 grams of CO2 per tonne of tailings. This means we can potentially capture up to 3 million tonnes of CO2 per year. Our process will also neutralise contamination, meaning tailings may no longer need to be stored in tailings dams with all the associated risks and environmental issues. Our solution will improve groundwater quality and help mine sites with revegetation. Our values include gender equality, developing innovative, sustainable solutions, and working collaboratively with stakeholders. We have plans to make opportunities for the local Indigenous population with training and employment opportunities as part of the new industry we plan to create. We believe that Circular Mines Consortium has the recycling, mining, and circular economy expertise to transform sustainability in the mining industry. Our vision is to make zero mine waste a reality and to help this essential industry continue to contribute to a safer, cleaner, more sustainable world. I'd like to acknowledge my teammates, Mincor, Next Solutions, Out of Euro, BRGM, Vito, and my own business, Soil Cyclers. Please add the Circular Mine Consortium on LinkedIn to follow our progress. Thank you to BHP for initiating the Tailings Challenge and to Expande for their support.
Thank you so much, Alison, for this great presentation and this amazing proposal. So now we're going with Chilean universities. So it's University of Valparaíso. Joao?
Thank you, Francisca. Hi, everyone. My name is Joao Cerqueira, and I'm honored to be here to present the proposal made by our team, which are made up of members from 3 universities: Universidad Valparaíso, Chile, Universidad de Cádiz, Spain, and Universidad Nacional de La Plata, Argentina, which have experience in several projects associated to mining, process, and environmental engineering. As a context, this proposal was made taking in consideration the green hydrogen initiatives that have been promoted worldwide in recent years, and the extended producer responsibility, in which containers and packagings are one of the residues that producer must take care in terms of environmental impact, either by reusing, recycling, reduce, or recover. Thus, the resulting proposal corresponds to this main process scheme presented in here, where tailings are firstly treated as to produce green hydrogen by a thermochemical water splitting. Afterwards, the remaining minerals will be biologically processed in order to produce acid, so that the ionic metals may be solubilized, after which the insoluble fraction will be separated and processed into mineral paper with some polymer addition, and the liquid fraction will be pH neutralized and ultrafiltrated in order to obtain, in one hand, water that can be reused in the process of sent to the mining site, and on the other hand, the retentate that could possibly be treated as a byproduct. Next, I'm going to detail a little more about the two main products. Firstly, the produced hydrogen can have many uses, from which we highlight its use directly as a transportation fuel, as a precursor for ammonia synthesis to be used as a fertilizer, and its transformation into electricity as distributed power. Taking the values presented previously by Expande, where the mining site produces 50 megatons a year of tailings, and that in average, tailings had 8% iron oxide, we can estimate a potential production of 12,550 tons per year of hydrogen, or the equivalent to 470 gigawatt-hour per year of energy. These values, when compared to the published data, are equivalent to 1.59% of the electricity consumed by the copper industry in 2018, or to 1.93% of the fuel used also by the copper mining in 2016. Now, in relation to the mineral paper, its process requires two main components: the insoluble mineral obtained after the bioprocess, and a polymer, which could be of natural sources, like PLA or PHA, or it could be mixed with recycled PET, or more traditionally with HDPE. This product presents, among others, a low water and carbon footprint as compared to a more traditional cellulose-based paper. The potential market for this product corresponds to 720,000 tons per year in Chile, 21 million tons per year in Latin America, or between 44 and 59 million tons per year if we consider only 30% of its world market. In terms of positive externalities, we can highlight the following. The use of green hydrogen would reduce the carbon footprint of the associated mining site. The same applies for the water footprint, more so when considering that its requirements for mineral paper production are much lower than the equivalent cellulose counterpart. Further, this project will provide job opportunities, having a positive impact on the employability in the region, more specifically on the local communities. And finally, it will allow to increment associations with other industries and strategic partners that could extend behind the local borders of the mining site. We are pleased that initiatives such as one called by BHP and Expand exists, as they pose challenges and allow the development and financing of innovative proposals. Since the first meeting we had with Expande, they put a condition: that our proposal should be unconventional. We accepted the challenge, and here we are. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Joao, for your presentation and for your proposal. Now we're going to see the last one. So here we have the Sustainable Mineral Institute, International Center of Excellence, Chile. So Doug, are you here? Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Fran. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon your location. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to Expande and BHP for the organization of this initiative and the sponsorship. I'm Doug Aitken, and we are the Solar Tailings Transformation Team. We believe that one of our most abundant natural resources holds the key to addressing the global tailings challenge, and that tailings can be transformed from an industry liability to an industry asset in a socially and environmentally sustainable manner. Our team is extremely international. We have partners from 3 continents, and we are diverse in our backgrounds and expertise. We are comprised of the University of Queensland's Sustainable Minerals Institute and the Institute's International Center of Excellence in Chile, the Spanish Renewable Energy SME CENSO, Latin American Renewable Energy Research Center IGUASOL, and India Energy, part of the Madrid Institute of Advanced Studies. Across this group, we have access to several key technologies that we'll be developing, integrating, and testing as part of a larger concept. And we have the necessary expertise in energy, mining, tailings, business creation, and socioeconomic development to deliver a successful long-term solution. Our proposed concept is focused on harnessing the immense solar energy resources we have to transform low-value tailings slurry to inert pellets, which will provide considerable flexibility in terms of their end use. The concept will also produce high-quality water and several other high-value byproducts, including glassy materials and minerals. The proposed process will use the complete tailings and will not produce any significant waste stream. The concept brings together various technologies that have been under development for alternative materials and industries, and which will be applied in this case to the mining sector. The first stage focuses on generating a dry tailings material and the recovery of water through a novel solar-powered evaporation and condensation process. The following stage will leverage higher temperatures using concentrated solar processes to produce agglomerates that will then be processed to inert pellets. This is a process that can be witnessed during volcanic eruptions, and over the past several millennia, the volcanic agglomerates from this process have been used for construction materials. This is where our inspiration came from. You can see in the photo volcanic agglomerates that are sold for construction. In the proof of concept stage, we'll be using laboratory equipment to generate the ultra-high temperatures to test the material, but in the subsequent stages, we will test using large-scale concentrated solar power units. We'll also be considering opportunities to include mineral recovery technologies at different processing stages, and we'll be looking to collaborate with different groups to trial options. The highest volume product from our process stream will be water. It's also one of the most valuable products given the level of water scarcity in many of South America's mining regions. The high quality characteristics of the recovered water will make it adequate for agricultural use, mineral processing, construction, and other industrial applications. The majority of solids will be converted into stable pellets that can be used for road building, aggregate for concrete, tailings covers, natural parks and landscaping, and local agriculture. Glassy material byproducts will have potential use for ceramics, artisanal products, and solar energy applications. Waste heat from the process should be able to be recycled or used for local domestic heating. As mentioned, it's possible a small amount of high-value minerals may be recovered, which we will investigate as the project progresses. During the proof of concept stage, the three main questions we want to answer are: what is the percentage water recovery that we can achieve through the evaporation condensation process? Can the concentrated solar power process convert the tailings to glass droplets to produce agglomerates? And finally, will the agglomerated pellets sinter at high temperatures to form stable pellets? Generating social value is at the core of our concept. We aim to ensure that the final materials we produce will be suitable for local activities that will support socioeconomic development. We expect this to include stable construction materials for housing and community buildings, road building base to allow improved transportation links, material that can be blended with organic additives to support agricultural lands, and glassy materials that can be used by local artisans or to support solar energy technology manufacturing. It is also important to our team that the benefits of the products generate value across the social spectrum, allowing access to all sectors, groups, and genders. We will work with the Center for Social Responsibility at the Sustainable Minerals Institute to develop a framework to ensure participation and inclusivity during the technology development stages through to implementation and operation. The concept that we have developed is based on the belief that long-term, large-scale, and sustainable solutions don't need to be complex, but can be based on relatively simple phenomena that, when integrated, can deliver immense potential. We looked to natural processes, specifically volcanic eruptions, and the water cycle to support a holistically circular design that takes advantage of renewable resources and delivers solutions focused on the local socio-economic context and needs. We're the Solar Tailings team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doug, and thank you so much to all the participants, all the companies and consortia that are selected for the next stage. And I want to see everyone on screen now, please. And yes, I can see all you guys. We want to take a picture. Please say hi, Tailings. Hi, everyone. Great. Thank you so much for your commitment, for your effort during all these months. And we hope that we wish you the best for the next 6 months that come ahead. And we hope that you get the best result in the proof of concept. And now, to finalize, I want to leave you with Andres Vidnik, Business Director of Expande, who is gonna tell us about the next steps and what's gonna happen now with the BHP Tailings Challenge. So Andres, please.
Thank you, Francisca. First of all, I would like to start by joining Laura, Carlos, Francisca, and all participants in the excitement we feel as this process moves forward. It has been a year since we first thought about the Tailings Challenge, and today we're really proud about the 10 teams moving forward to the proof of concept stage. I think we're demonstrating how crowdsourcing ideas and implementing an orderly uncertainty reduction process allows companies to avoid committing early to a single technology hypothesis, but to analyze several approaches prior to invest in developing a technology. In this regard, this competition shows how companies or industries can access the innovation ecosystem to drive talent towards solving their disruptive challenges. That being said, I will now explain which are the next stages and how can you keep engaged with the BHP Tailings Challenge as this process moves forward. Just as a reminder, for those of you who didn't meet us early, Carlos presented this slide, but this is the updated timetable of the BHP Tailings Challenge. We are now moving to the proof of concept. We're expected to be a 6-month period where teams are gonna develop their technologies as well as their business models to convince the BHP and us that they are worth moving forward to a follow-up test. The next stage will be a test in a controlled environment to prove all the assumptions. It's going to be a closed loop, but in a controlled environment. Once we get those results, that's going to be an 18-month period. We're going to have this big grant at the end, which can be awarded to one or more of the teams to move forward to the scale-up phase, which will be a pilot on-site under industrial conditions, where we expect that we find the way to ignite this repurposing tailings industry that we hope will not only help BHP address its sustainability challenges, but would work for the industry as a whole. As we move forward, we continue to commit to the fact that we fall in love with problems and not with solutions. And in that regard, there's still room to engage in the BHP Tailings Challenge. Right now, we are still seeing ways to solve a problem. We're not committing to any specific solution so far. And in that regard, we're going to promote active collaboration. And that's because, as it was stated early in this process, teams can grow during the proof of concept stage. At this stage, what we wanted to see were the best technical ideas that were out there around the world. And we think we have found them, but they're not complete. They have to continue to develop their technologies, to complement perhaps their technologies, to add value propositions to the sources of value that they're generating, to add commercial capabilities, and perhaps to engage with local partners. In that regard, we're going to do several activities for the selected teams to be able to access other companies, consortiums, research centers that can add to their proposal. And we're going to do that in a couple of ways. First of all, we are going to reactivate the BHP Tailings Challenge community. We created this community in the beginning for potential participants to actually be able to meet other potential participants and create bonds or alliances that would be hard to do before. So a company in Chile meeting with a company from Australia and with another one from, let's say, Europe would have been very hard, especially in this COVID environment. And that's why we created the community, which we think was highly successful, having finalized with 102 members. The invitation is to continue to engage with the community. If you are not there, please log in. You can access it through the BHP Tailings Challenge website. And there we want to meet you and we want to know what are you proposing for these teams. We are going to create events around the community. They're going to be tailored events. So for example, if a team asks us, like, I want to see, let's say, sensors because I need some sensors that I don't want to develop myself, but I want to find someone that has this technology because it's going to help me in my value proposition. Okay, we're going to look at the community. We're going to organize an event selecting the companies that are that have the type of technology, and we're going to promote those introductions. We will also continue to update the BHP Tailings Challenge webpage. There you can find the latest news, and you will be able there also to access the video of this presentation today, as well as look at our LinkedIn and Twitter pages. If teams require us to organize something, as I described before, or to identify companies with a certain capabilities, we might do a call, we might promote it there. So if you want to continue to engage with the Tailings Challenge, please keep tuned. Check the webpage oftenly, and also look at Expande Mineria's social networks. The webpage of the Tailings Challenge, just as a reminder, is tailingschallenge.com. You can look at as well at expandemineria.cl. We have a website in English and in Spanish, where you can not only see the Tailings Challenge, but every single challenge that's on Expande. And using @expandemineria, you can find us in Twitter and in LinkedIn. Finally, there's also a role here for venture capital. So we as Expande, as we said during the process, we will support teams accessing this kind of funding. Basically, we're gonna identify funds that might be interested in investing in teams moving forward on the Tailings Challenge. We are gonna share information with them. We're gonna perform introductions. We will also organize private presentations if that's required. And we expect later in the process to actually develop a roadshow where for the 3 teams that move forward, or the up to 3 teams that move forward to the control environment test, which is going to be a longer period and it's going to require more resources, perform a roadshow for teams to be able to access private funding. You can reach out to us if you want to know more about this in the Expande webpage, but also you can write directly to Francisca or myself. There are our emails. This is not going to be an open process. We're not going to promote everything we get to every single participant. This is going to be a matchmaking. So if you propose something and we go to the teams and the teams are interested on it, don't doubt that we're going to make that introduction and we're going to make sure that the teams know about you. But also that's true for the teams. Participants, if you need something, please remember we're here to support you. But if there's no interest, we're not going to force the introduction. So what I'm saying is that the process is going to be managed by Expande, and we're going to take those decisions. And with that, I'm closing my presentation. Best of luck to all 10 selected teams. We're really proud of you guys, and we really believe that we're going to change mining industry for good with this competition. Thanks, Francisca.
Thank you so much, Andres, and to the rest of the 10 selected teams. We are really happy to start to closure this first stage. So we hope to see you in like 6 or 7 months ahead to find out what are the results of these 10 teams and see what we can do with tailings. So thank you so much. We have more than 400 people seeing the event, and we invite you to follow up all the news about BHP Tailings Challenge in the website tailingschallenge.com and in all our social media, Expande Mineria. So thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye-bye.